Afternoon. There's a chill in the air, shotguns are being polished, and that can only mean one thing. It's election season.
I'm in South Dakota, where last week the Senate race here looked pretty quiet. Republican Mike Rounds running in a predominantly red state, with plenty of name recognition from his 2 terms as governor, was widely expected to win the open Senate seat.
We can't allow Harry Reid to continue to be the majority leader in the United States Senate, as we have to win South Dakota if Republicans are going to take back control of the United States Senate.
But here we are, less than 3 weeks from the midterm elections, and when I turn on my hotel television...
You've heard about Mike Rounds' Citizenship for Sale.
$1 million ad buy this week from the left. Then a response from the right.
NRSC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
And we're also a very inexpensive state in which to advertise in, and so a couple of $1 million makes a huge difference.
His Democratic challenger, Rick Weiland, has been campaigning for 17 months.
Long time no see, huh?
A lot of people around the country said this race was over. This guy doesn't have a chance. They wrote South Dakota off from the very beginning.
But only now, after picking up a few points in the polls, Democrats believe he can win.
And let's get Rick Weiland in the United States.
It's kind of ironic now that the political punditry and the Beltway, political class are so shocked.
And Weiland and Rounds aren't the only names on this ballot.
We are honored today to be joined by all 4 candidates for the U.S. Senate seat in South Dakota, currently held by retiring Senator Tim Johnson.
Larry Pressler, formerly a Republican, now an independent, is looking to regain the seat he held for 18 years before Senator Tim Johnson.
I define my political philosophy as a moderate conservative.
If he wins, he's previously said he'll caucus with whichever party takes the Senate majority. Or maybe he'll form an independent caucus.
I believe that we're going to see 4 independents come into the new Senate. There may well be an independent caucus. In a closely divided Senate, they will be the most powerful senators.
Also running as an independent is Tea Partier Gordon Howie.
I've opposed Obamacare from its inception. I'd stand with senators like Ted Cruz instead of senators like Mitch McConnell.
Democrats are rooting for the conservative Howie. They want him to steal 5 to 10% of the vote from Rounds, which could make all the difference for Weiland in a tight race.
We should send people who will hold our president's feet to the fire and make him follow the Constitution we already have.
Meanwhile, Weiland and Pressler are each within striking distance of Rounds' lead, so he's lumping them together in his ads.
Pressler and Weiland support Obamacare. Mike Rounds will work to repeal it. Pressler and Weiland oppose building the Keystone Pipeline. Mike Rounds believes it will boost our economy.
Weiland portrays himself as the low-budget candidate.
I'm running to get big money out of our politics.
But several super PACs are throwing their money behind him.
He voted 11 times to cut Social Security. Those are Larry Pressler's priorities. Every voice action's responsible for the content of this ad.
Both parties are attacking me, and I'm like a rabbit with a bunch of fellows with shotguns coming at me.
These ads aren't too nasty yet. South Dakotans are friendly people, and attack ads here have backfired.
Any candidate who starts talking about the other guy will be cut off.
I should say the candidate forum Monday was particularly cordial. To have a shot at maintaining control of the Senate, Democrats need Weiland to close this gap. And he believes his strategy is working.
We're just going to keep doing what we're doing, which is, continue talking to people until, the last day, November 4th, when the polls close.
There's 311 incorporated towns in South Dakota, and Weiland has visited all of them. He's actually on his 2nd tour right now.
Every nook and cranny of our state, from Peaver to Puckwata to Pringle, from Wakanda to Wakota to Watauga. I know where the best pie is in the state, the best coffee in the state, the best hamburger. I'll write a book after this is over.
Once you shake one person's hand and they've had a good experience and they like what you have to say, they tell someone else. And you get that explosion of sort of grassroots support, which is, I think, what you're seeing right now.
Although if there is one reason voters remember Rick Weiland on November 4th, it could be his music.
I've been to every town in our state. The other guy
hoping they won't ask why he's against the minimum wage. Here it is. So I'm running for the Senate, but I ain't a big deal. Don't have an RV, just my automobile. Hey, no one's bought me.
If you're walking through Tribeca on a Tuesday afternoon and a caravan of sanitation trucks crosses your path, you might be in the vicinity of the president.